Listen, this is what I sound like when I wake up in the morning.
In an effort to bring our viewers some variety, Tim and I have discussed a few ideas about holding certain different events every so often to post up on the channel. So we've got one in mind, and we're going to call it the Cheap Snow Challenge. And the idea behind it is that we're going to have a couple of our buddies. They're going to come with old snow machines, and we're going to race down this road just out of town to the end and back again and see who can make it. It's actually, you know what, it's probably not really a race per se, it's just a matter of who can make it to the end and back. If you don't have a sled, then the idea is you can spend no more than $500 to get one that you can then enter into the competition. Tim is at home with his family who just got back from a trip, hanging out with them. So I loaded up my crew and we're on our way to Englehart. You want to say hi, kids?
Hi!
What's truck me around the house there?
That's my pop.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a redneck.
Yeah. Just see who's coming down the driveway from the kitchen table.
So he can sit at his chair, right? He didn't have to get out.
Actually, what we should do is give a little introduction to Justin. Justin and I have been friends since we opened the store more than 18 years ago now.
It's been that long.
Yep, you were in high school when we met. One of our first customers, actually.
I didn't have this 18 years ago.
No, you probably couldn't grow that. I didn't have this 18 years ago. Huh? Yes! You said it was just running and then it just stopped working?
Stop.
Is that a Bravo?
No. It's like the competition.
Citation?
Yeah, Citation. So it's 250. It's like a Tundra short track.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're all loaded up and we have to do what we always do because we don't want the snow machine flying out of the trailer. That's not going anywhere. All right, so time to go.
This is awesome. This is gonna be a great little sled.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So great.
This is my competition sled for this winter. We're having a little rally-like competition where we've got to drive to the end of a non-maintained road in the winter, so it's nice and, you know, safe. Why don't we see if it has spark first before we do anything? Oh, there we go. Nothing?
No. Nada.
Wait, you see that? Ready?
Is that your version of interpretive dance?
Everything is my version of interpretive dance. Pontiac. Anybody on Pontiac? Oh, are those a bunch of van parts? We don't have that van anymore.
You get it out of there?
Yeah, I just gotta move it a screwdriver. And we will have it. Well, I guess we can hook it up backwards, and then if that doesn't work, we'll hook it up the right way. Anything from that? Didn't think I'd get that lucky out of the gate.
Nothing. What plan are we on?
Well, we'll pull these two lines off the stator and see if it will spark off against something just from the two wires. Then we should know if the stator is good, and this could just be another dead coil, or oh, this has a CDI. Oh, I bet the CDI is done. I'm back. We got some parts. We're going to try to work on the sled today. Here it is. Whoa, very nice. We shall start by taking off the coil. We got a new coil for this thing. Nothing like getting rid of a nice coil in the morning. This is a bad coil. It's now a loose coil. We still talking about Skidoo stuff? So I just hooked up the new coil, but I have the old CDI still. So new coil, old CDI, bare wire. Let's open up the old Wolf Tech. All right, moment of truth. We're hooked back up. We have a plug in. Give the ignition the old turnover and see what happens. Oh, and there it is. Absolutely no spark on there whatsoever. All right, on to the next. As you may have seen from previous episodes, we don't have spark. Followed it back, did a CDI, did a coil. We think the issue is the stator. So I have tools, tri-flow and a ratchet. We'll get after this thing. We'll see if we can get the old stator out and another old one on and see if the old versus old works or not. But first, we must go with the flow. Can't be afraid to, really use it. If you have sore knees, helps. Gonna get rid of the creaks. Swing is a treat. Maybe go off of here instead. Yeah. Yep. There we go. Now it's important to get it right on the head of the bolt so you strip it. There we go. Okay, we'll see how this recoil comes off, if it explodes on us or if it's one of the ones that's a compact system. All right, main bolt off. Thanks to the lovely wife. She found the spot where you can stick a screwdriver in to hold it steady. So there's the old stator out. Actually came out pretty good. These things are always, it's hard to say because they always look fine, right? Let's go get the new one, new old one, and put it on. So the main plug goes up first. And then this is going to turn on here like that, so we're in the proper position for it. But for now, I'm going to get this all out of here. Almost like it was made to do it. SOL. I might need your help here.
Okay, what do you need?
I'll get you to actually pull it over.
Anything?
Yeah, it's weird. Try again.
Anything?
Nothing really.
Your recoil is getting further and further out too.
Oh, okay. Well then, I fear the new Stator is not as stately as we were hoping.
3 weeks later.
So as luck would have it, in our search for a stator for our citation, we ended up with a whole extra citation. There it is there with Tim.
Wait.
Now we're not really sure what the issue is with it. They said it won't start, but today's little test is just to see if there's any spark on it. So I've brought the necessary tools.
I'm I not just the necessary tool?
Well, you're part of the solution. Here you are.
Not a problem.
One.
One sparking plug wrench with a.
I brought both.
You brought
that might be
the big one.
Okay, is it the big one? That's in the other pocket.
Pull the wire and put that on.
The old post.
Oh.
Oh, you even have one of
There's
that.
Maneri coming in for the save.
See? No lights. Well, they've got the key switch all messed up, right? Like,
Yes, I was looking at that.
here, let's try this now.
Oh, there's spark. I see it.
Is that wet?
So what do you want to try?
Well, we'll see. Maybe the spark plug might just be dead.
Yep, there's spark. Yeah.
No reason this thing shouldn't run. Un petit de petrol. Let's dump it everywhere.
I don't know if the inside, if the thing is, I think the thing's closed inside, Tim.
There's a thing inside?
The stopper. Look down it.
Oh. Well, this is new to me.
You don't ever put the stoppers in your gas can?
Oh, no. I just leave them open. What do you do with yours?
I put the stoppers in like you see that I did.
No, how do you use them right away? There you go. So, this is the one we've been trying to get running. Turns out this one runs. How well, we don't know. So we still may be doing parts bashing between the two. But first, I'm gonna see what happens if this one idles and runs and does all that kind of stuff. I've already pulled the top out of the carb. Obviously, like, inside of the carb looks nice and clean, but you never know about that stuff. I needed to get a look down in this tank and I couldn't. My light just wasn't giving me the right direction. I'm guessing there's many things out there that are actually built to do this, but what I've got is a flashlight on an old piece of wire. So if we turn that on and drop her down in our tank and start searching around in there, I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but you can see all sorts of goodness. Look at that right there. That's just varnishy old gas. There's some connector that I'm not sure what it is. You'll notice there's no fuel line going down into the gas. That could be what was causing this issue with it running. So, yeah, we'll pull the super sophisticated tool out, and you see there's that connector, just kind of laying there. Now, it's not hooked onto anything. First I thought maybe it was part of the fuel line that was their dipstick part, but so what I'm going to do is pull this tank off and go from there. Now we're taking off these brackets here and here to get the tank out. Use a form of spray, and look at the mess that's in here. We'll try to get this cleaned up a bit too. Now, these come off like that, and like that. Alright, so tank's moving. So we know we have line hooked up as far as there is concerned to the outside of the tank. It looks like relatively new line, someone's put it on. I'm still curious about the inside, but that's okay. We'll figure that out in 2 seconds when we take this all apart. There it is. You can already hear something rolling around in there. So there's those. And when I take this one out, it should have a big long fuel line that comes with it. I may need a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to get a flathead screwdriver. Well, there's nothing on that end. Yeah, I have a feeling that's exactly what happened here, is we had the old fuel line fall off into the tank routine. So we're gonna play a game of, let's see what came out of the Skidoo gas tank. We have one of these, looks like a broken off piece of an original fuel line, a aftermarket fuel line that someone must have put in with a crazy little filter in the end. Not sure, that may be the original vent tube, and this piece of fuel line. All of this was inside the gas tank. So the next step is clean the tank out because there's some goo in there. Obviously it was been run on mixed gas as well, and whatever gas evaporated just left some oil, so we'll just give that a little bit of a degrease and see what comes of it. Fast motion vacuum video. Let's get to start. Take these back to the store. Give them a little bit of a cleanup. This was the free parts sled for that sled, but it would appear as though the free parts sled is in better shape than the one we bought. So, we're going to continue on here. I thought maybe we had a fuel pump issue, but the fuel pump seemed to actually be okay, which is great. It didn't want to idle. It'll start off a prime, 9 times out of 10. That's just a carb issue. So, pop the carb off. We have a completely rebuilt one sitting there that I did for the other sled. Well, what do you know? I guess if you don't attach the air box, it's a totally different animal. Carburetor. Rebuilt carb going in. Which I didn't show on camera. I'm backing this all the way off because this cable is fused inside here and won't turn. I don't want to break it. Probably too much. I should disconnect this because it's over priming it. Oh, see what I'm saying? Okay, it's probably actually flooded right now, so we'll give that a second.
Want me to give a little gas?
Maybe.
Smells like victory.
Kind of. It also smells like a stuck float. Yep, she's right up. Now, yep, she's full of the petroleum. Ta-da! So we were getting gas. Remember where that fell? There it is. All right. So am I right? Yes. See? Oh no. That's doing its thing. It's a little slow on the uptake, but it's, yeah, it is sticking a bit. Yeah, that's all clean. I can see through it. Just so you know, I have tested this jet and it is good to go. The little tiny bit of brake clean carb cleaner we have left, if you would like to see the test. Watch me just blow it right out of my hands. So we're flowing. Huh, apparently I do not know how to work things. Or I just completely marred the threads when I hammered in a screwdriver to knock that thing out. Also a possibility. I'm not saying I recommend doing the way I do things, but you know, it is a way. Okay, that's going in nice and gentle. There we go. We're in on, yeah, that should be okay. Oh, that could be a problem too. This air box is done. Look, there's like, it's, you know when you're just sucking straight air? That's okay, we can figure that out later. More tape, I think, by the look of it. That's how it was fixed previously, so tape seemed to be the answer. Like I said, I don't want anyone to think this is by any means the right way to do something. This is the quick and dirty, because these were supposed to be fast repairs that have gone on for 2 months now. Waiting for parts and getting parts and doing other things and getting other sleds. This one at least runs. I may just have to come down and fine tune it later and replace this air box with something else. Give it like 2 primes this time instead of 1 billion. And see if it'll just start off. Oh, probably attach the fuel line. Maybe attach the fuel line. That was from over there. Woo! There she goes.
This adventure has had a bit of a long road to it. From getting a citation that didn't work, to asking around about getting another stator, to then finding another citation. I think we've maybe finally reached the end. So,
And for guys who know nothing about snowmobiles, we sure have a lot of them all of a sudden.
yep.
But they're pretty cool.
And then I guess the other sleds come in next.
Yep. They're a lot of aesthetic. They're beat up.
But they work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's their biggest thing, is that they're all bashed up.
So, I guess that's the end of the first snow machine video, but don't worry, we have another one coming. That one is just as interesting, if not more so.
Completely unplanned, actually. These are, I guess we don't really plan much, but we have a rough idea about what we're going out to do, and the snow machine thing has been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, something different to do.
Yeah.
And when you're in Northern Ontario in the winter, if you have snow, it's always great to have something like that to mess around with. So make sure, everybody, to click on that like button on the bottom. Click on the subscribe button too, and then you'll be able to keep up to date with everything that we're up to as we make our way to the Cheap Snow Challenge. That's it?
Yeah, we're on it.
Okay.
Let's go.